This year featured a big shift for pitchers in the pitch clock. What was the experience like for you?
I had the pitch clock last year because last season I spent most of the season in AAA grinding, trying to get back to the show. So I experienced the pitch clock last year, and I'm pretty sure I led the league in pitch clock violations. I had spent my whole career trying to figure out how to slow the game down, and I finally mastered that, and now I got to speed it back up. It was like every time out I was getting at least one pitch violation, but at the time I wasn't pitching great, but I wasn't pitching terrible. I was kind of riding the roller coaster. So I told myself, who cares? Take that on the chin, but be yourself out there and not try to speed up. Basically, if they ball you, they ball you, and move on. And I started pitching a little better when I thought about it that way, but that pitch clock, it was not easy to get used to for me. This year pitching with it, I did much better. You kind of learn. I used to be the guy that walked around the dirt and took his time or whatever. Like if you just never leave the dirt, that's going to buy you like 3 seconds, and those 3 seconds are extremely valuable for me. So I can still do my routine and my breathing and stuff. If I try to stay right over the rubber the whole time, I can still do like all my checkpoints.
The umpires are absolutely blind and stupid.
The umpires are really good. They get some calls where you're like, you have to watch it in slow motion to get it right as a regular human. And then every once in a while, they'll make a call where it's like not even close.
Angel
Those are
Hernandez.
the ones that they get a bad rep for. Most of the time, some of these plays are like bang, bang, and they're on it, which is remarkable. We're all humans, we all make mistakes, right? But I will say there are some times where it's like, you're obviously really good. That wasn't even close. So what happened? Where you found somebody in the stands you were checking out? Where were you at when that just happened kind of deal? But being in AAA this year with the automatic strike zone, ABS strike zone, that going to be really interesting whenever they decide that that's going to be in the big leagues.
Angel Hernandez. A lot of ex-players tell me he's blind, he needs to put up binoculars. He's absolutely horrendous when it comes to calling behind the plate. I know you've seen Angel before. Has he ever pissed you off on the mound?
I know who he is because I have social media. But if I didn't, I wouldn't know. I don't know any of the umpires' names. There's things that I just don't pay attention to. But there's the worst in the league in every league. There's the worst basketball player in the league. There's the worst baseball player in the league. There's the worst soccer player in the league. He was probably the worst umpire in the league.
They all make a lot of money, too.
Based off of my social media feed, he was probably the worst. I've seen teammates blow up because of a call that he's made, but I do my best. If he or anybody else is umpiring the game, I'm not the only player that's playing in that game, so he's going to be affecting everybody's game. So if I can not let him affect me mentally, then I will have an edge. So I tried to do my best to not allow the umpires get in my head whether I agree with their call or not while I'm playing. Now, when I'm not playing, there's times where I agree or disagree, but while I'm on the field in between the lines, I do my best to kind of black out, ignore it. Who cares? Next pitch, move on.
The other big controversy this year was the sticky substances with the pitchers. The Mets and the Yankees especially got caught with it a lot. Max Scherzer was the first big one. Then there was Domingo Germán who got caught with it twice. What are your thoughts on all that? And as a pitcher, is there any preparation that you have to do with the rosin to get the grip on the ball?
No pun intended, it's a sticky situation.
Nice.
I won't name any names, but I remember my second big league spring training ever. I watched a veteran teach the rookies how to make the sticky stuff that the veteran taught him when he was a rookie, that the veteran taught him. This has been going on since the beginning of baseball time. Who cares about the sticky stuff? It's been going on since the beginning of time. And then trying to regulate it makes it very difficult because the umpires probably don't even know what they're looking for. I don't even really know. I've seen sticky stuff, but if I had to check somebody for sticky stuff, what is sticky? It's just up to me what sticky is. And if you use the rosin that's on the mound with a lot of sweat or even just water, it gets very sticky. So then what's the violation? It's too sticky, says who? It's a very sticky situation to try to figure out. I use the rosin. I actually like the ball, stick my hand in my mouth. I like the ball kind of wet myself. I don't like it feeling sticky, and I would rather have a ball come right out of the package than be rubbed up. And I'd probably say that's like 3% of baseball players, maybe. Everybody else wants the ball rubbed up. I like feeling it a little bit different than most people. The sticky situation, man, it's been around since the beginning, and it will be around forever. It's like there's speed limit signs on the highway, but everybody speeds, and they've been speeding, and they're going to continue to speed. So I don't know how you can exactly regulate it. I think that the balls get extremely dusty sometimes, and that's the biggest problem is each ball is different and they're dusty, and everybody, including myself, has tricks to make the ball feel less dusty, because that's the issue, and guys are throwing harder than ever, and I would never want to be in the box facing somebody throwing 100 miles an hour or harder, especially one that's not using any sticky, because I throw the ball, you can hit the ball as hard as you want, just don't hit it at me as hard as you want. For the same reason why if I was a hitter, I wouldn't care if a pitcher was using sticky stuff to make his breaking ball nastier, because at least I won't get hit in the face. It's been around since the beginning. It will be around forever. Somebody will always be figuring out a way to make it sticky, whether it's with rosin or with anything else.
Hopefully he doesn't reach into his ass and use that kind of sticky stuff, you know?
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, but it's a good place to hide it. They don't check there.